ring it, ring it, ring it. Go on, ring that bell, ring that bell. Now ring, 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 ring that. Go on, ring that bell, ring that bell. I said now ring it again.
What up, fashionista? Welcome to Fat Fashion on Forever Chic. And on today's show, I wanted to bring y'all's attention to this hot mess of a campaign by Cardib in conjunction with a sneaker company. And I feel we need to look at this very closely and align ourselves with the reservation that you really cannot mess with people's religion and try to appropriate it into pop culture. That, my friend, is a no-no. So while you're at it, honey, go ahead and like this video, share it with your boo, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you can get a notification when we come out on these YouTube streets. Okay? Alright, so back to the story. So like I said, Cardib this year has been doing the most. You know, she's announced that she's getting a divorce, and now she got herself into a nut bolt. Okay, this campaign, I mean, really, I feel they completely went overboard. I understand that this is Cardib and you're really trying to rip and gain all sorts of mileage out of this whole thing. But to be quite honest, when you look at the campaign, it just reeks of lack of focus, lack of attention to detail. It looks like they wanted to go big, way too big, and they will do just about anything. This will prove to be one of the most compromising campaigns I have seen her in, and she had to apologize. So just now, she's been apologizing left, right, and center for one thing or another. And I feel her brand is far bigger than that. Like, why are you busy apologizing for somebody else's mistake?
Maybe I should have done my research. And I'm sorry. I can't change the past, but I'm going to do more research for the future.
Cardib was met with criticism this week after the release of her Footwear News November cover, in which she's seen holding a red sneaker to promote her new Reebok collection, while depicted as the Hindu goddess Durga. Critics called out the star for cultural appropriation, deeming the cover inappropriate and accusing the rapper of mocking Hindu culture. Cardi took to her Instagram story on Wednesday morning, November 11th, to apologize for any offense she caused.
When I did the Reebok shoe, the creative were telling me you're going to represent a goddess, that she represents strength, femininity, and liberation. And that's something that I love and that I'm all about. And I thought that it was dope. But if people feel that I'm offending their culture or their religion, I want to say I'm sorry. That was not my intent.
Footwear News also released a statement to people apologizing for its actions, saying, "Yesterday we posted content from our exclusive Cardib cover shoot. One of the images was intended to pay homage to Hindu goddess Durga, and our intent was to show a powerful woman. However, we realized we were not considerate of certain cultural and religious perspectives and how this could be perceived as deeply offensive. We take full accountability for this oversight and we apologize." The statement added, "It is important we learn from this example and are sensitive to this sort of religious imagery when creative discussions are taking place in the future. Today, we're releasing another cover from the shoot that was a subscriber exclusive."
Everyone jumped on the floor. She was talking, but not anymore. Next to your base, I contour. Just shop like a ship on the york.
For more on this story, you can head to billboard.com. And until next time, for Billboard News, I'm Chelsea Briggs.
Now, what comes off as very hilarious and quite ironic is that they say that that she apologized for appropriating the Hindu religion, and in fact, it's supposed to be misappropriating. Do you see how this entire narrative gets to be distorted every single time? Even when they're saying sorry, it's like they're not really saying sorry. And again, this is not the first time we see this happening. Just earlier on this year, Rihanna came under flag for the Savage Fenty show that like misappropriated again Muslim religion. And this is a whole show that I'll be doing aside from this. So my question is, why is this happening? Why are these pop culture artists that are very clear that they are involved in dark art? This is what it is. It's dark art that comes across as mainstream, as trying to appeal to the generic type of consumer. But to be very honest, it's well designed to serve its purpose and to communicate all the things that need to be communicated, which are being perpetuated through popular culture. And so we need to be very, very aware of all of this that's happening. For industry artists such as Cardib, who is at the level that she is, it's quite disappointing and leaves a lot to be desired. The fact that she does not have anybody to do research for her and to identify how in bad taste this entire thing was. She relies on other entities to tell her what to do, what she's doing, and yet she has nobody who's rolling for her. Now that is a conflict. You cannot be such a big artist and not have your team, your PR team representing you. And this is the whole mess. Like, why is she the one having to apologize? She didn't come up with the idea, did she?
And you can tell your little bitch I screenshotted all her naked pics. Oh, you wanna send news to my man? Wake up and see your boobs on the gram, little bitch.
Now, I know y'all had a lot to say. You probably want to pop out there and let's get this conversation going in the comment section. But to me, it really begs the question, should we be idolizing people such as Cardib, who really are puppets and are becoming spokespeople for big brands and are being used to target us? And should we be giving them the love? Because at the end of the day, that girl is not making no sneakers. That's not her brand. That is just her endorsing a brand and making the brand much richer. Tell me what you feel about that. And should we be supporting people like this who have no respect for cultures, who are doing this purely for the entity and the money that they're in, the entertainment industry that they're in? They are not serving the communities, and in fact they hurt the communities that they work in. So let me know what you thought of this entire campaign, whether you're going to be going out and buying yourself some Club C. This is no promo for her. In fact, this is just to say this was in bad taste. I found the entire thing very horrible. The campaign is horrible. I don't even like the sneakers that much, but maybe they're just not like, I'm not the target audience. I'm definitely not. But you let me know what you think, and tell me if you're going to be buying these sneakers. And do you think that she is sorry? Okay, until next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love. I'm out.
My fans are telling me that I'm getting dragged throughout social media. I'm like, what? I didn't even do nothing. I didn't even talk. I haven't been going on live. What's going on? And they're saying because it's because of my Reebok shoe, and saying that I disrespected like a goddess or something. And it's like, hey, listen. When I did the Reebok shoe, the creative were telling me you're gonna represent a goddess, that she represents strength, femininity, and liberation, and that's something that I love and that I'm all about. And I thought that it was dope. But if people that I'm offending their culture or their religion, I want to say I'm sorry. That was not my intent. I do not like disrespecting nobody's religion. I wouldn't like people to offend my religion. When people dress as Virgin Mary and Jesus, as long as they do it in a beautiful, graceful way, a respectful way, I don't feel a certain type of way, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Maybe I should have done my research, and I'm sorry. I can't change the past, but I'm gonna do more research for the future.